UConn Huskies. It's now time to meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Miami RedHawks. At left wing, a senior from Wolcottville, Indiana, number 85, Karch Bachman. At center, a freshman from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, number 21, Ryan Savage. At right wing, a junior from Phoenix, Arizona, number 67, Phil Nyes. At left defense, a junior from Long Beach, California, number 11, Rourke Russell. At right defense, a junior from Monroe, Michigan, number 6, Alec Mahalik. And in goal, a senior from Clarkston, Michigan, number 31, Ryan Larkin. Head coach, Chris Bergeron. Associate head coach, Barry Schutte. Associate head coach, Eric Rude. Shot for the traffic, he scores! Loaded Freddie scores! And now, presented by Bill Simmons, let's meet the starters for your UConn Huskies. At left wing, a junior from Glenview, Illinois, number 14, Zach Robbins. At center, a senior from Falmouth, Maine, number 24, Benjamin Freeman. At right wing, a junior from Libertyville, Illinois, number 19, Brian Regali. At left defense, a sophomore from Lancaster, New York, number 6, Ryan Wheeler. At right defense, a senior from Hugo, Minnesota, number 20, Wyatt Newpower. And in goal, a sophomore from Trutnov, Czech Republic, number 33, Tomáš Vomáčka. Head coach, Mike Cavanaugh. Associate head coach, Joe Pereira. Assistant coaches, Tyler Helton and Matt Mickno. This afternoon's on-ice officials, referees, Jack Millay and Kevin Keaton. Linesmen, Christopher Millay and Stephen Murray. Today's colors are being presented by the Hartford PD. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your caps as we join our players, coaches, and officials, honoring America, celebrating our freedom and those who protect it both here and throughout the world, for the singing of our national anthem performed today by Irene Leto.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Irene Leto.
Well, we welcome you to the XL Center in downtown Hartford, Connecticut for some matinee college hockey this afternoon. It's the Miami RedHawks visiting the UConn Huskies, these two meeting for just the third time ever. The last time these two teams met all the way back in the 2017-2018 season at the Goggin Ice Center. The RedHawks won both of those games in Oxford, outscoring UConn by a combined 10-1 through those two games. If you joined us right at the top of the hour, you probably heard the starting lineups for Miami. It's going to be the line of Karch Bachman on left wing, Ryan Savage at center, Phil Nyes on right wing to get things going. Offensively, Work Russell will be on left defense, Alec Mahalik on right defense. Ryan Larkin will start and go for the Redhawks this afternoon. 9 starts this year, a 3-6-0 record, 3.91 goals against average, an .886 save percentage. For the home team, UConn Huskies, Zach Robbins, number 14, will start on left wing. Benjamin Freeman, the center, number 24. Brian Regali, number 19, on right wing. Wyatt Newpower will be on right defense for UConn, and number 6, Ryan Wheeler, will be on left defense. Thomas Volmaka is going to be their goaltender. He's wearing number 33, the Nashville Predators draft pick. Through 12 games this year, 3-6-3 record, 3.33 goals against average, a .900 save percentage. Jack Malia and Kevin Keenan, the referees this afternoon. Christopher Malia and Stephen Murray are the linesmen. Patrick Geshan, very happy to have you with us, riding solo this afternoon from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Little weird start time for a 4 p.m. Eastern time puck drop this afternoon from Hartford, and the players from Miami were all complaining about it this morning. It just throws off the entire pregame routine, but we're set and ready to go for hockey this weekend as the RedHawks on the road for the second straight weekend, coming off a couple games against Omaha last week. They took 5 of 6 NCHC points. Face-off at center ice, played into the zone by Phil Nyes of the Miami RedHawks, gets it into the near corner of the UConn zone. And the Huskies here will try to play this one up the boards and out of the ice. Back out to center. Karch Bachman gave it to Alec Mahalik. Across the ice for Work Russell. Plays it behind the UConn net into their zone. Picked up there by Ryan Wheeler, number 6, the sophomore for UConn. Trying to get out of the boards up the near side. Zach Robbins, though, was met by Phil Nyes on a strong forecheck. Now a 2-on-2 battle the other way. Squirts the puck back to center. Ryan Savage will get it across the ice. Derek Dashke on the left wing. Cross the ice to Savage, who's in the right defensive position right now. Now Jack Clement reaches the red line for the Rocks, dumps it in from the left wing, plays the puck to the near corner where UConn trying to whack it out. Those Carter Berger down there. Now Gordy Green with a puck at center, lost it to a UConn Husky on the left wing, and coming in for a shot from the circle, Joachim Kondelik, number 11, the sophomore forward out of the Czech Republic, 6'5", 235. As we are 57 seconds in here from Hartford in the XL Center. Wish I could tell you it's a good atmosphere here from Hartford, but not a very well-attended game. Of course, this building seats about 9,000 people, and a local telling us here before the game started, they usually get about 5,000 per game as if it's a Hockey East opponent on a weekend night. This course an afternoon. Long stretch pass down the left wing. Gordy Green in the UConn zone will circle back in the far circle. Hands it back to the left point for Sinard. Reaches the far corner, try to play it in front as there's men in front of the net, but the centering pass was gloved up by Thomas Volmaka, who is out of the Czech Republic as well for UConn in net this afternoon. Going back to that note on the attendance, probably about 3,500 people here, but that fills up probably only about a third of this arena, as they even have curtains down over the upper bowl. At full capacity, the XL Center seats about 16,000 for hockey. UConn wins the zone in their own zone. Puck to the near side. It's Firstov getting it behind the net for the Huskies. Vladimir Firstov, another international player. He's out of Russia. Puck now on the far half wall. RedHawks offensive zone. Monty Graham trying to poke it forward in the corner. Puck goes to Brian Hawkinson, far side of the ice. Crowder keeps it in left point. The puck squirted up to him. Now Monty Graham plays it high slot as Corbett trying to get one in behind the net. It was tipped away there by Hawkinson. Now Monty Graham shoves a man off the puck on the far side. And we're going to get a penalty coming up here. I believe it's going to be an elbowing call as maybe coming here against the RedHawks. Monty Graham is going to be whistled as he shoved a UConn player off the puck in the far corner, battling for it. And Monty Graham will, in fact, go here with 18:11 to go in the first period, and the RedHawks will be shorthanded just like that. Shots one apiece early on from Hartford. As Monty Graham shoved a man off the puck using his elbow. So the UConn power play will make their first appearance, only converting 10.5% of their chances this year. That's 51st in the nation. Face off to the left of Larkin, and a false start is called here. as the referees need to give the scores table a little bit more clarification on the call. It was a elbowing minor to Monty Graham. RedHawks penalty kill this year has not really been the strongest of spots. 75.4% on the year. That's 50th best in the nation. Although UConn's is worse penalty kill-wise, 73.2% for 55th in the nation. So the RedHawks would like to rack up some power play goals this week if they could. So Brian Hawkins will try to win this draw back to the left of Larkin. Puck squirts free in the circle, and UConn gets it back to the right point. It's played here by Wyatt Newpower. Got it down to the corner and return back to Newpower. Top of the far circle for UConn, and then plays it back down to the near corner. Going up to the slot to feed a one-timer, and a save by Larkin. Aim for the near circle by Alexander Payusov. He is out of Montreal, Quebec, a senior, 5'11", 190. Larkin with the save from the near circle. Shots 2-1 in favor UConn, 17:55 to go here in this first period. And actually the RedHawks just got another penalty. I just picked that up. Phil Nyes is going to go to the box now. So now we're going to be down to a 5-on-3 here for the next minute 44. As Nyes is going to go off for a tripping minor. And UConn now with a 5-on-3 power play. Face off in the near circle as the Huskies win it back. RedHawks have 3 men out there right now. There's a shot from the line by Jan Kuznetsov that's blocked down and goes to the near corner. Kuznetsov gets it back left point. Walks it to the top of the blue line. Wyatt Newpower. Far side here. Kuznetsov and him will switch spots. Now it's down to the far circle. This is Kondelik. To the near side for Alexander Payasov. Got it to the near circle for a rip from the top of it. Saved by Larkin on a snapshot there by Wyatt Newpower. 1:15 to go in the 5-on-3, 17:26 to go in the first. As Phil Nyes committed a penalty in that first face-off of the power play, but really wasn't able to pick it up. So he sits in the box right next to Monty Graham right now. Face-off here to the right of Larkin, and one back by the Huskies. Freeman. Left point, plays it to the right side now, and the Huskies control there. It's first off to play it to the far corner. Huskies working up the far wing on the half wall, taking it toward the zone, pass to the top of the far circle. Now it's first off again. Walks it very high, slot feeds to the far side, they score! May have been Ruslan Ishikov, the sophomore out of Moscow, Russia, with the goal for the Huskies, and it in fact is, as he was fed on the far circle for a one-timer that went up high on Larkin and beat him on the blocker's side. Top left corner of the net with a puck coming from the far side, and UConn with a 5-on-3 goal leads it 1-0. Not even 3 minutes into the first period here from the XL Center. Ishikov with the goal for UConn. And that's going to be his third of the year for the Huskies, who remain on the power play here for 50 more seconds with Nyes in the box. Now a shot for the near circle, blocked down from Payasov. Gets it near half wall and a play up to the line. Kuznetsov, middle of the blue line now. Newpower faked a slap shot, returns far circle. Now they get it back to him. Fired it from the line, and it was wide on Larkin. Puck in the far half wall, played it on goal. Larkin pads it away, and the RedHawks clear to center and beyond from the front of the net. With 16:36 to go in the first, 25 to go in the power play. It's now behind the net. The Huskies try to work it out of their own end. Payasov at center, feeds to the line. Kondelik will get it over right wing for UConn, but copped it up in the circle. RedHawks can't get it out. And a hand pass whistled here as the Huskies kept it in at the blue line to prevent an offside, but it was played by the glove of Payasov down there, and he kept it in on a hand pass. So the faceoff will come back to neutral ice with 16:23 to go in the first. And 13 seconds to go in the Phil Nyes minor. Face off here, back for Grant Frederick, who wins it for the RedHawks and gets it out of the zone, up through center and beyond. Karch Popkin will forecheck here for the RedHawks on the penalty kill, which is now going to end. Phil Nyes will return to the ice with 16:08 to go in the first period. So we're back to 5-on-5, but the RedHawks do surrender one power play goal on the 5-on-3. Bachman over the line, right wing for the RedHawks. Takes it down behind the UConn net. Now up the far half wall and hands off here for Rourke Russell. Pitch again from the left point. In front, Phil Nyes got the puck, but Fan on a backhand shot from the far circle. Picked up here by UConn, who skates it out the far wing. Ishikov over the line, right wing. Copped it up to Russell. Chases the puck to the far corner. RedHawk end and up the near boards. Pletzky. Played it off a high stick. UConn the next touch, though, and then it will wave that off. Pletzky now with the puck at center. couldn't quite reach it. UConn blocked him off, and Carter Berger will circle back here in the UConn end of things. They'll get it up the right wing, neutralized, played over the line by Brian Regali to the far corner. Jack Lamette plays it up to the near side, kept in left point by the Huskies. Berger down in front of the net, blocked down by Dashke, skates it out of the RedHawks zone, and Pletzky tips it in left wing over the UConn line. Chases it to the far corner. That's Karashik down there for the Huskies. Able to get this one up to the high slot, and UConn works it out over the line now to the middle of the ice. A shot in there, went past Larkin and batted out of midair by Dashke to keep it in from going into the net. That was Carter Berger in the left circle. A shot that went off of Larkin's stick, straight up in the air in the crease, and then Dashke came in to take his hand and block it away from the net to the far corner. UConn over the line left side now, and a shot in coming on the backhand from Eric Linnell. And the save made by Ryan Larkin with 14:45 to go here in the first period. Huskies lead it by a score of 1-0. They lead the shot 6-2 as well, all over the RedHawks so far in this first period from Hartford. Patrick Geshan with you here. Very glad to be with you from the XL Center this afternoon. Face off to the right of Ryan Larkin. It's Jordan Timmons who will take it for UConn, squaring off against Casey Gilling. Face off one back by the RedHawks, screen up the right wing and neutralized. Gives it off for Sladek right point, pinched up against the near half wall. No call, the puck behind the UConn net. Gilling skates it to the near side, backhand pass to the right point. Crowder slides it across for Sinnard, who plays it down the far half wall. Gilling picks up the puck now behind the net, but it's stripped away from him, and UConn works it out of their own end in the right wing. Over the line far side, Jordan Timmons played it past Sinnard, chases the puck to the far corner, RedHawks end, but then a loose puck picked up by Bray Crowder. Gordy Green gloved it down at the RedHawk line, got it back into the zone, and Crowder will have to now work with Sinnard to get it out. Crowder can't get it out of the far side. Little stick battle there, won by Pyasov, trying to feed it across the slot, but a good block there by Green, who blocked the centering pass to Gatcomb, and the RedHawks in a rush the other way. They are offside up the right wing, as Green was on a line rush with Crowder and Russell, and both of them jumped in front just ahead of the puck. 13:58 is left here in the first period. The UConn Huskies leading the Miami RedHawks 1-0 on a power play goal by Russell and Ishikov. Way back to the XL Center moments. Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Back here from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Patrick Geshan on Red Hawk Radio with 13:58 to go here in the first period. As UConn Huskies leading the RedHawks right now by a score of 1-0. RedHawks get the puck in the zone from a center ice draw. Played up the far side by Monty Graham. Hit work, Russell left point. Slides it across right side. Mahalik walked in the top of the circle, fired a shot. The RedHawks blocked it away back to the near corner. As now up the rush is Ishikov for UConn over the line left wing. Well, that's blocked away from him, and UConn now will get it behind the RedHawk net. Here's work, Russell up the left wing. RedHawks get it out of the zone. Monty Graham back to center, reaches the red line, and dumps it in behind the net. Stick out there by Vomashka, who stops it for the man swinging in to get the puck. New power behind the net, although his pass blocked down by Nye. Savage reaches the puck in the high slot, but could never get a backhand shot away. Puck up the far half wall. The RedHawks with a good forecheck here to keep it in the UConn zone. Savage behind the Husky net. The puck squirts to the near half wall. Clement pinches in for the right point to play it. Behind the net for Bachman on the right side. He's pitched up by Harrison Rees for UConn. The puck loose now behind the Husky net. Nice up to the right point. Jack Clement crosses at left point now. Here's Dashke, top of the far circle. Plays it back behind the net. A bank pass that couldn't reach Bachman. UConn clear up the far side as Dashke came pitching in. Now in the far corner, it's Bachman working there against Rees, who had the puck pinched up at Bachman. Skates. Puck back to the near corner. As Nyes up to the line for Clement, gets high slot. Bachman spin around shot, blocked down by his own man Savage to the far corner. Here's Daschke from left to right behind the Red Hawk net, reaches the right corner. He was pinched away by Regali. Now the Red Hawks get the puck to the far side. Bachman picks it up off the boards, left point, fires it right side for Clement. Back to Bachman, middle of the blue line, high slot, a shot, patted away, rebound, Daschke. A backhand there that was also in the pad of Vomashka. Now it is Gordy Green taking it toward top of the right circle. Red Hawks offensive zone. Little fake there, moves to the corner. Now a clear lane to the net. He drove in with a backhand shot and a save there by Vomashka. As Gordy Green at a wide open lane to the net from the right corner, and instead just a weak backhand shot that was very easily handled by Vomashka. Rexless a good offensive zone pressure there. 11:59 to go in the first period. Still a 1-0 lead for the UConn Huskies. A goal less than 3 minutes in on the power play scored by Ruslan Ishikov out of Moscow, Russia. Rucks with the offensive zone draw. They get it left point. Crowder plays it into the near corner. It's Gordy Green who got stripped away there, but good support coming in from Gilling. Now he feeds Sladek, very high slide. He fan on a slap shot there that sailed to the far corner, way out of range. Sladek now chasing after the puck, far corner, and we're going to get a penalty here against UConn as he went down awkwardly a little bit from behind. And the Huskies are going to be whistled here. It's going to be Adam Karashik that's going to go for a boarding call. It was made by the referee standing at neutral ice, and the Redhawks now will head to the power play for the first time tonight. As Karashik was battling with Sladek in the far corner, Redhawks offensive zone. Sladek went down a little bit from behind on his knees on just a little shove from Karashik. He's up and fine, but Karashik will sit for 2, and the Redhawks power play will be seen for the first time this afternoon in Connecticut. Casey Gilling will lose the draw to the right of Vomashka, and it's played all the way back down in the Redhawks' end. A Miami power play that's 18.4% on the year, 29th in the country. Had a big weekend last week at UConn. UConn's penalty kill just 55th in the nation out of 62 teams, 73.2%, like I mentioned earlier. And the Huskies here getting 2 early clears. The second one going into their own bench along the near side. 1:38 to go in the minor to Karashik, and the face-off will come back inside the zone to the right of Vomashka, or the left side rather. Now they move it. Shots now are even at 6 apiece between these two teams. Derek Daschke with the puck here, right point. Redhawks win this draw. Casey Gilling, though, trying to center it across. Got caught up in traffic, and UConn able to clear this one all the way back down the ice. And behind Larkin with 1:27 to go here in the penalty. Puck behind the net. Derek Daschke will control it for the Redhawks. Up the left wing. Gordy Green reaches the red line. Now over the UConn line, left side. Plays it in off the boards behind the net and back to the near wing as Gilling will play it up to the right point for Daschke. Cross ice feed to the far side. It is Green. Stop left point. Back for Daschke. Middle blue line. Right side Gilling waits. Stutter step to the right circle. And then plays it back to the line for Daschke. Far side for Green. They work it up high in the zone here. Daschke far circle. Savage squaring up for a one-timer but played it wide. And I think we're going to get another penalty coming here on UConn. It's going to be a slashing call as Phil Nyes was trying to get the puck behind the Miami net. And slashing him there was Carter Berger, number 23 in white, the freshman defenseman out of Vancouver, BC. And now it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Redhawks for 55 seconds. Face-off here coming to the right of Vomashka with 10:36 to go in the first. Just a subtle little slash for UConn there, number 23, Berger. And so now Miami has a 5-on-3 here for the next 55 seconds. They win the offensive zone, drop far side. Nice, plays a very high slot. The bouncing puck calmed down by Gilling at the right point. Gets a middle blue line for Daschke. Back to the top of the right circle, Gilling. Returns to Daschke as the defenseman pinch into the zone just a little bit here and compress this UConn triangle defense. Daschke very high slot for Gilling. They're the highest in the zone. Daschke now a rip from the high slot. It was blocked down in front of the net by Regali, who laid out to get in the way of that one, and UConn will make the clear with 24 to go in the 5-on-3. We reached the halfway point of the first period here in Hartford. Work Russell out of his own end for the Redhawks, up the left wing, dishes off for Bachman and over the line left side. Russell plays this one behind the net, couldn't be stopped by Sladek, who was waiting for the puck. Came to the near side for Pletzky, feeds the line Russell, walks in high slot, far side Sladek, back for Russell to drive, and it went off the post. Back to the right point, Crowder picks up the puck, very high slot, Russell. Far circle, Sladek, UConn returns 1, 5-on-4 now for the next minute. As Russell will play this one from the right side, all the way behind the net. Sladek far side of the ice, feeds Russell left point, back to the right side, Crowder. Left side, it is Russell at the line. Far side for Sladek, back for Russell. Near side, Crowder at the right point. Will lose control of it, play it to Pletzky, right circle. Back to the line for Russell. In front, they score! A beautiful tip from Karch Bachman, who was waiting for it at the right side of the net. Able to get that one off his stick, past Vomachka. Redhawks tied up on a power play goal with 9:17 to go in the first period. As Karch Bachman got a beautiful pass from the line from Rourke Russell, who was standing right at the middle of the blue line, very high in the zone. Bachman undefended, waiting for it at the right post, able to tip it in on the forehand over the left pad that was outstretched by Vomachka. And the Redhawks now have tied the game up with 9:16 to go in the first period at 1. Power play goal for Miami. And the power play was a struggle very early on in the year for the Redhawks. The special teams were not a strong spot. Penalty kill right now for Miami is struggling just a little bit, but you look at the power play and what they were able to do last week at Omaha. Redhawks scoring at least 2 power play goals in that Saturday win from the Baxter Arena last week. In a game the Redhawks were able to pull out with 4-1. Karch Bachman will get the goal for the Redhawks, and that's his 6th of the year. Now up to 12 points for the Miami in this campaign. Monty Graham will come out of his own end, feed Brian Hawkins hit center circle, and chips it in over the line right wing here for the Redhawks. Flynn behind the UConn net will play it up the near half wall. Huskies get it back to center. Frederick leaves it for Corbett in the center circle, lost control, and then Hawkinson picks it up left wing. Off the backhand in the glass, will play it behind the UConn net. Redhawks take over here on a forecheck. Corbett feeds it in front for Hawkinson. It was not able to handle it enough for a shot. Instead, it would deflect it off his stick and trickled in on Vomachka, who makes an easy cover with 8:40 to go in the first period. Miami ties it up on a power play goal from Karch Bachman, assisted by Rourke Russell and Bray Crowder. That's where we stand here from Hartford in the XL Center. Patrick Geshan with you here. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Back here at the XL Center in Hartford. Face-off coming to the left of the UConn tender. That's number 33, Tomasz Vomachka. As he here will defend this draw against Carter Johnson, or between Carter Johnson and Ruslan Ishikov, the UConn goal scorer. We're tied at 1 with 8:40 to go in the first period. Patrick Geshan back with you here in Connecticut. Is battled for in the right circle. Redhawks win it. Pletzky gets it behind the net here for Carter Johnson in the near corner. Back for Pletzky, standing here at the Hockey East logo near side of the ice in the end zone. Carter Johnson right hash marks. Redhawks offensive zone. Gave it up for Karashik. Feeds it to the near side for Kuznetsov up the left wing and gets it back to center. Ishikov tips it in over the line right side. Feeds it to the far wing. It's first off for UConn. And now Kuznetsov plays it in from the right point. A lot of Russian names on this team. Near circle, UConn here will skate it up the near boards. Spin around shot came in by Carter Turnbull. Patted away by Larkin to the far corner. Dashke falls over in his own end trying to get the puck, and UConn takes over there. Ishikov feeds it left point. Now they get it to the right side, and a shot over the net came in from Newpower. Along the near corner, it is Jordan to flip it back to center, but right into the Huskies' hands. Ryan Wheeler over the line right wing, plays it off high glass to the far corner, Redhawks end. Jack Clement trying to chase after it for Miami, but they get it back to the near half wall, but not out. Ryan Savage takes control in the near corner for the Redhawks in his own end. Clement will reverse it behind to Savage, who is standing behind the RedHawks net, but UConn will take over there as Savage wasn't expecting that pass. RedHawks steal it back along the near half wall. Dashke pass to center, picked off by Freeman. He skates it down the right wing through neutral ice. Sticked away by Bachman at the RedHawk line, and now it is Knies chipping it over the left wing of the UConn line, and Huskies will take control behind their own net. Picked off pass by Savage in the right circle. He got 2 shots in there on Vomashka, and able to cover was Vomashka as Bachman got in there too. UConn was skating the puck behind their own net. They were trying to break it out up the left wing of their own zone. Ryan Savage, a very good read in the near circle of the UConn zone, able to pick off the breakout pass to the winger who was waiting on the hash mark. Savage got in the way, got a shot off on Vomashka, who made the initial save. The rebound Savage also got, and that shot was weaker. Vomashka able to just cover that up near his pads. UConn wins the draw in their own end. Flips it back to center as it was Robbins there who got out the 9-iron to chip it out of the zone. And now the RedHawks will chip this one back to center again and into the UConn end of things. Carter Berger behind his own net plays this one back for Adam Karashik to the near corner. It's Gordon Green back behind the net for Karashik as UConn takes over there. They're up the right wing. Tarek Russell at center who dumps it in. The RedHawks offside will tag up. Puck along the far half wall of the UConn zone. It is Carter Berger who circles back in his own end here for the Huskies. Plays the far side, Karashik up the right wing at center. Huskies will lose control there. Gilling takes over center circle, feeds left wing. Green has room in the offensive zone. A shot up high. Fought off by Bamashka. The rebound came off his chest. He was able to catch it with 6:15 to go here in the first period. We're tied at 1 in Connecticut. RedHawks now leading the shots 12-7. Face-off coming to the right here of Vomashka. Monty Graham line out there for the RedHawks. He's with Hawkinson and Corbett today. And a clean win for Hawkinson, or Monty Graham rather, but came out of the zone back to center as nobody was there to catch it. Now UConn strong Voracek in the RedHawks zone, able to get this one high slot at the offensive end. Crowder trying to bat a pass that came from the far corner at the high slot out with his hand. And instead that will create a hand pass with 6:03 to go here in the first. So the face-off will come to the left of Larkin in the RedHawks own zone. Crowd starting to fill in just a little bit here, but they're only in the lower bowl of the XL Center. Say about 3,500 or so out for this game. Monty Graham squaring off with Ishikov on the draw. UConn wins it in the offensive zone. They're down the far half wall. It's first stop. Played in front of the net. Rebound! Larkin able to control that. As Ishikov got the save, in front was Turnbull for the rebound in between the hash marks. A little backhand play. Larkin able to save that with the breadbasket. As UConn there with a pretty good chance offensively. Face-off coming to the left of Larkin with 5:55 to go in the first. And we'll get immediate timeout out of this. 1-1 your score from Hartford. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here at the XL Center, Hartford, Connecticut. Face-off coming to the left of Ryan Larkin. Send a few shout-outs out to the listeners. Grandparents Bud and Marlene and my mom Carmen listening from North Springfield, Vermont on 14 Leland Avenue. And a special shout-out to Kevin Catardo listening from the Nashville Zoo down in Tennessee, dialing us up from work today. Thank you to everyone listening as UConn with an offensive zone chance up the right wing. It was Regali who fanned out a shot in front of Larkin. And UConn now will regroup back at center and enter the zone left wing. New power in the circle trying to backhand. A centering feed in front. Regali couldn't catch it on the right, or the forehand rather, coming down the right side. Instead it went behind the net. Chance from the far circle. Now a shot in. Blocked away by Ryan Larkin. Bachman now slips along the near circle trying to carry the puck out of the zone for Miami, and UConn takes over. Near corner, it's Connolly. Back to the line for New Power. Skates it down the near wing for UConn. Sticked away there by Bachman, trying to flip it out of the zone, but it went right into the glass. And now UConn back with a puck here in the near corner. Circling back, it's Connolly. Up the near half wall, gets high in the zone, tripped up there, but no call. And UConn's going to have to regroup back to center. Karashik very high in his zone end. We'll play this one up the right wing neutral ice, but the Rocks take over there and play it back into the UConn zone. Far corner, Karashik. Stick check there by Sladek, but couldn't get the puck. Rocks with 2 forecheckers behind the UConn net. As Russell will pitch in far corner here, and a pass that came to Mark Gatcomb. Gatcomb here is going to lose control to Russell for a second, and Redhawks able to keep this puck in his zone. Gillen got it to Green, who plays it behind the UConn net to the near side. Huskies will pick this one up here as it was Karashik trying to reverse the play back to the left wing, but instead Redhawks take over there on a breakout attempt by the Huskies. Mahalik keeps it in right point, slides across ice. Mahalik centering feed. It was Gilling rather with a shot in the high slot, blocked down immediately. And off the right wing, it's Gatcomb here for UConn to play it back into the Redhawks zone where Russell takes over, and UConn caught a change. Feeds Green along the left wing, but will take his time to wait for reinforcements. He had a wide open lane on the left wing of the net, but instead just decided to hold it. Green now back to the near side. Mahalik right point, back for Green. High slot, puck bouncing in front, Gilling a shot. Rebound, they score! Gordon Green came in for a rebound as Casey Gilling got the puck right in front of the net. It was bouncing around. He managed to get a backhand shot in on Vamashka. Gordon Green coming in from the right wing, finished it off on a big juicy rebound off the left pad of Vamashka. And the Miami RedHawks have their first lead of the afternoon by a score of 2-1. Just a very weird play. The puck bouncing around. The Redhawks able to get it to Casey Gilling in front of the net. Right-handed player able to backhand it off the right pad of Vamashka, and Gordon Green came in and finished off the rebound. And Miami takes their first lead of the game, 2-1, with 3:46 to go in the first period. Redhawks now lead the shots 14-8. And Gordon Green just picking up his 7th goal of the year for the Redhawks. Puck in the far corner of the UConn zone. They're trying to work it out up the right wing, but instead the Redhawks have all 3 forwards over there to prevent that attempt, and it's Noah Jordan who will play it behind the Husky net. UConn trying to work it up the near wing here. It was taken over by Howell for a second. Jordan pitched in from the corner. Now Plesky feeds right circle, and a snapshot there by Johnson. Gloved in by Vamachka. That was going wide anyway, but Vamachka wanted to stop. And with 3:18 to go in the first, the face-off will come to his left. It'll be the Monty Graham line here for the Redhawks. On the left wing, Corbett. On the right wing, Hawkinson. It's the Ishikov line here for UConn. He's got first off on the left wing, Turnbull on the right wing. Scott Corbett plays it high slot from the near boards. Picked off there by the Huskies. Will lead a rush up the other way, 2-on-2. Over the line left side. Here comes Flynn trying to square up for a shot in the near circle. Blocked down by Dashke. Ishikov picks up that attempt. Skates it behind the net up the far half wall. Played in here to the line, and we get a whistle for a penalty called from outside the zone. It might be against the Redhawks. As skating down the far wing when the puck was Karashik. And a penalty was whistled, and this is actually going to be against UConn. As the face-off will come to the Redhawks offensive zone, Ishikov will be whistled for the penalty. Couldn't right see the call, as it looks like he'll be picked up here for holding, and Miami will go on the power play for the 3rd time today. They are 1 for 2 this afternoon, as Ishikov will go for a minor for holding. So the face-off here will come to the right of Vamashka. It'll be Gilling, Savage, and Nyes out there on defense, or on forward rather, for the Redhawks. Gordon Green is playing on the first unit as a defenseman, also as Derek Dashke. Gilling right side, feeds a far circle for Gordon Green on the left wing. Skates a very high slot, back to the right wing now. Green, right circle, in front, a shot from Savage. Rebound batted behind the UConn net, and they get it out, but not past Dashke on the left wing. Dashke feeds a right point for Gilling, walks top the right circle, and what a snipe by Casey Gilling, he scores! Well, the Redhawks able to keep in the clearing attempt from UConn. Dashke worked it to the near circle for Casey Gilling, who originally had the puck at the right point. That's where he got the pass. Walked it down to the right face-off dot, fired a snipe of a wrist shot, top left corner of the net. It is over the blocker side of Vamashka. And the RedHawks with their second power play goal of the afternoon now lead this one by a score of 3-1 with 2:34 to go in the first. What a shot by Casey Gilling. He picks up his third goal of the year, now up to 11 points. And the RedHawks with 3 unanswered here in the first 20 minutes. 2 of 3 coming on the power play, have taken a 3-1 lead late in the first. The RedHawks here with the puck in their own end. Russell try to play it out, and now we get another penalty call here. And this time it is going to be an interference call against Alec Mahalik, and the RedHawks will go back short-handed. As the UConn player trying to get in on the puck in the RedHawks defensive zone, but Mahalik prevented that from happening, and he'll set 2 for interference. And UConn back to the power play this afternoon. Huskies are 1 for 2 on the power play. They had a 5-on-3 opportunity earlier in the game. Ishikov scored their only goal so far on that. And so now trying to answer the RedHawks 3 unanswered here in this first period. Face-off one back here by the Huskies. It's Turnbull, top of the line. A shot blocked down by Nyes coming in from Freeman. Back to the left point, played here by Berger. Top of the line, Freeman fires shot from the far circle. That was blocked away. Coming off the stick of Firstov, and the RedHawks clear it back to center. And UConn here, the puck behind their own net. It is Berger up the left wing, played here by Ishikov. Cross ice feed, Firstov over the line, right wing here for UConn. Lost it to the far corner, Derek Daschke. Behind the net for Frederick, gets it up for Gilling, tips it back to center. Here's Green, little one-on-one play here. Green down the right wing, beats the man, a backhand shot, trying to go 5-hole, but Ishikov was able to squeeze the legs just enough to prevent that. As Gordon Green got a pass at center, all he had to beat was Wyatt Newpower, a one-on-one the other way, short-handed for the RedHawks. Gordon Green took it up through the right circle, got a backhand shot, trying to go 5-hole on Vamashka, but Vamashka squeezed the legs, but the RedHawks will get an offensive zone draw here. 1:15 to go on the UConn power play. As Monty Graham unable to win the offensive zone draw, lost it to Kondalik, and UConn back to center and over the middle of the blue line. Kondalik fires a wrister entering the zone, gloved down by Larkin with 1:16 to go in the first. Shots are in favor of Miami, 16-11. Face-off coming to the right of Ryan Larkin. Monty Graham squares off with Kondalik. RedHawks win the draw and get it all the way back to center and beyond as it came all the way in on net. Sticked away by Vamashka. Holding it behind that for UConn is Wyatt Newpower. Got it to the right wing, played here by Alexander Pyasov, back to the right side, and Newpower wrists it into the zone here for the Huskies. Eyes behind the RedHawks net, trying to go to Clement far corner. Now Daschke comes in but can't get it out, a weak clearing attempt. And UConn is shot from the right point, patted away by Larkin. Pyasov near half wall, works up to the left point, Kuznetsov, middle of the blue line, Newpower, far side, faking a slap shot. They go back to Newpower, who fired it in from the line over the net on Larkin. 36 to go now in the first period, 36 seconds. Right point, it's Newpower. Middle of the line, Kuznetsov. Top left circle, Pyasov. Back for Kuznetsov. Blocked down in front, loose puck in front of Larkin. He's got the pads in front, little scrum here. And Larkin able to cover up the puck as there was 6 players combined down there right in the blue paint in front of Larkin, who kept his chest up and the pad strong. Able to cover up the puck amongst all the sticks. And face-off comes to his left with 25.3 seconds to go in the first period. Face-off will actually go to his right, rather. That's where the linesman took it, although the cover was made on the left side of the crease. UConn with a quick win. Shot from the circle was patted away from Zach Robbins. Puck back to the right point with 18 seconds to go in the period. Pass to the near side, tipped away in front of the net from Magali. Now the puck in the far circle. RedHawks trying to clear the zone. It's loose in the far corner. Gilling pinched up against the boards by Robbins. Couldn't get it clear. UConn keeps it in. Shot from the line, blocked down by Mahalik from Jake Flynn. It goes all the way back down the ice. And UConn here will end the period in their own zone as the horn sounds to end the first 20 minutes. The Miami RedHawks leading the UConn Huskies here from the XL Center at intermission number 1 by a score of 3-1. RedHawks did not start that first period very well at all, but they were able to make some strides in the middle part of the period, and then especially toward the late part of the period when the RedHawks were able to string together 3 unanswered goals on the UConn Huskies. as Miami leads this one by a score of 3-1 after the first 20 minutes. And so that's where we stand here for intermission number 1. As the RedHawks goal scorers in that period, Karch Bachman got his 6th of the year, Gordy Green got his 7th of the year, Casey Gillen got his 3rd of the year, Ruslan Ishikov was the goal scorer for UConn, who drew first blood in this game. His 3rd of the year came at just 2:51 into the first period on the power play. And so that's where we stand here in intermission number 1. We'll take about a 14-minute break or so and be back with a second period call. We hope to join us here from Hartford. Patrick Geshan, happy to be with you from the XL Center. So we'll take a quick 14-minute break or so and be back for period number 2 here from Hartford. This is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.
Warma.
Patrick Geshan back with you here at the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Our first intermission winding down here from the XL Center, and just want to entertain the audience here throughout the first intermission. Hope you're enjoying your Thanksgiving weekend with your close ones and friends and family and all that. Well, I'm standing here at the XL Center. I'm in the old NHL visiting radio booth, and this is the same building that the Hartford Whalers played in back in their era of the National Hockey League. Of course, the Whalers began here as the New England Whalers in the city of Hartford. That was back in the WHA, the World Hockey Association, that began in the early 70s. That association continued through the 80s when it disbanded, but a few of those teams joined the National Hockey League back in the 1980s, and the Hartford Whalers became an NHL team along with other WHA teams such as the Winnipeg Jets and the Edmonton Oilers. And so Hartford joining the big league back in 1980. They stayed here in this building till 1997 until that team moved to Raleigh, North Carolina to become the Carolina Hurricanes. The Whalers banners still hang here in the XL Center. This building was the home of the Hartford Whalers. It was built back in 1975. The Whalers came in from 1980 to 1997. It was back then called the Hartford Civic Center, and so the old press box from the National Hockey League days is still around, and that's where I am right now. It's about 100 feet above the ice in the rafters of the XL Center. I came up here earlier in the day to set my equipment up with Greg Waddell, the flagship radio play-by-play announcer for Miami Hockey, who loved it up here because he used to work at the Cincinnati Gardens. That was the building that was recently torn down in the city of Cincinnati, an hour south of Oxford. Greg loves these arenas from the 1970s era or so, and so he and I came up here, and this was going to be my broadcast spot for the weekend. Greg is down on the concourse level right now with his broadcast spot, and so 100 feet above the ice here, it's pretty cool to call a game. I'm standing about 50 feet above the top of the Jumbotron. In fact, I can see down through the top of the Jumbotron here from the XL Center. I'm right on top of the ice. It's a very good vantage point. Now, this press box here was built after the building was built because they didn't have enough space for the media when the Whalers came in. So this press box was built back in the 80s. It's hung from the ceiling. It shakes anytime someone moves around. When the goal horn goes off, when UConn scored, the press box began shaking a little bit. The goal horn right next to it, so it's pretty loud. That's why I stopped talking when UConn scored their first goal. But right now, broadcasting from where the visiting NHL radio announcer would sit when the Whalers were back in the National Hockey League. So just think of all the broadcasters that have come and sat where I'm sitting right now. It's pretty cool to think about that here as we wind down intermission at number 1. As the RedHawks here will take the ice, so will the Huskies, and we'll be back with period number 2 in just a moment. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here at the XL Center, downtown Hartford, Connecticut, ready for period number 2 between the Miami RedHawks and the UConn Huskies. The RedHawks move right to left across your radio here in period number 2. Ryan Larkin back out there for the second period of play. It will be Kirch Bachman on the left wing, Ryan Savage in the middle, and on the right wing, Phil Nyes for the RedHawks offensively. They're going to have Russell and Clement on defense. Miami takes a 3-1 lead from the first into the second, and we're underway here in this second period from Hartford. UConn wins the center ice draw. They get the puck behind the Red Hawk net. Larkin trying to clear it up the near boards, but Bachman lost the puck up in the air trying to glove it down, and UConn gets it in front of the net. A backhand shot. Regali rebound. Larkin, what a save! The rebound, and they're able to score! Well, it was just a frenzied sequence in front of the net. As the puck in front, a backhand shot, Larkin made the save. It came off the stick of Regali. Then another UConn player came in after Regali's backhand shot. That was number 14, Zach Robbins, who got the puck on the other side of the crease. Larkin sprawling across the crease to make a magnificent save. And then another UConn player came in when Larkin was back down on the ice. That was number 24, Benjamin Freeman. Or was it? It could have been, yeah, that was Benjamin Freeman. The puck was loose in front of Larkin, who was back, lying down on his back on the ice. Couldn't make the third save on the shot there from Benjamin Freeman. And so now a 3-2 game. Larkin made one heck of a save on the second shot. It came in from UConn, but the third one he was able to bring in. So now the RedHawks streak of 3 unanswered goals is broken, and now they only lead up by 1 rather here in Hartford. Wish I had Luke Westpoli with me to help describe some of these plays this week, as Larkin there making some incredible saves. The defense though vacated the net. They weren't able to help him out. Puck back to center. RedHawks will dump it into the offensive zone. Brian Hawkinson from the goal line. We'll play this one behind the net. The UConn net rather, now skating up the near boards is Monty Graham. Feeds the right point here for Crowder. Weak shot in, blocked down in front of the net to the near corner. Sinnard pitched in left point to play the puck, and now UConn gets it back in front of their own net. As Turnbull there on the right wing was shoved off by Corbett, and the RedHawks take over at center. Corbett over the line left side, but lost it at the UConn line. And now the Huskies work it up the far side. Tipped in from center ice by number 10. First stop for UConn, and they'll work it up now the left wing. The RedHawks will out of their own zone. Ishikov takes over back at the UConn end of things as Miami turned it over and got a change. And now his long stretch pass here going all the way down the ice, but the icing waved off as it was off the stick of Rees, and coming in to beat it was Linnell. UConn though cops it up in their offensive zone. RedHawks trying to play it up the right wing of neutral ice. And then UConn takes over far side of neutral ice as the RedHawks here will get the puck back in their own end. Carter Johnson trying to feed up the right wing. It was picked off by Timmins, bounced off his skates back to the RedHawks in their own end. Sinnard feeds it far side as Crowder will play this one in. Tipped off a UConn stick at center, in on goal, and the cover made there by Vamajka with 17:36 to go in the second period. Already shouted out a few people who are listening from spots around the United States, and so type into the chat here on YouTube where you're listening from this afternoon. We'll give you a shout out. I know we have listeners right now in Vermont and Tennessee, but where are you listening from? Feel free to type that in. We'll give you a shout out. It's behind the net. UConn here with a puck in their own end, trying to get it out of the zone, and they will. Skating it up the right wing. Benjamin Freeman back at center. Chips it in left side over the Red Hawk line. Behind the net, Grant Frederick will chase after it to the near corner for Miami. Lays it back here for Rick Russell for the Red Hawks, who has it behind his own goal line and feeds to the right wing for Frederick. Wide open room for Frederick to skate up the right wing neutral ice over the Husky line, trying to shoot this one in, and went off his stick and up and out of play from the far circle with 17:07 to go in the second. Red still lead at 3-2, but UConn now leads the shots 20-17. As the Rocks trailing the shots initially at 1.62 in this game, and then UConn able to retake the lead here in the early part of the second period. Face off to the left of Vomachka, who's made 14 saves today, rather. Rocks win the offensive zone draw. Gordy Green, right point, could not play it deep in the zone. UConn took over. Now the Huskies in a rush the other way over the line, left wing. It was Gatcomb who couldn't center it. Now he gets it back far circle. A shot in. Larkin a big pad save, although Gillen can't clear the rebound from the high slot. UConn plays it down to the near corner offensive zone. Pyasov skates it behind the UConn net. Dashke pinches him against the boards. And now at the far side, it's Mark Gatcomb. To the left wing now for Ryan Wheeler. Shot purposely wide from the left point. Puck picked up behind the Redhawks net by Gilling, who will feed it for Dashke near circle, and a pass across ice hits Green at center. Green over the UConn line right wing, chips it past the defender Pyasov. Green chases it to the far corner, and now a hit late on him by Wheeler. Wheeler knocked Green to his knees. There was no call on that, and looked a little bit from behind there in the far corner. Now a 2-on-2 battle ensues here as Monty Graham will work the puck free and skates. Feeds to the right wing now. Crowder trying to slide this one across, but it missed. Mahalik came out of the zone. Rocks regrouped. Now Clement over the line right side. He was stripped away of the puck. Rocks another quick regroup at center ice. Corbett over the line left wing now for Miami to play deep in the UConn zone. Far corner, it was Ryan Wheeler. Couldn't stick it out here for the Huskies. Taken over far half wall by Firsthoff. Gets it behind the Husky net. Skating with it up the near side Newpower, but he was stripped by Hawkinson. Near corner Corbett battling for the puck with Ishikov. Huskies will not get it out here, although they will get it on the stick of Russell, who coughed it up left point. The Rocks chase the puck all the way back to their own end. Ishikov at center. He was hit hard, and the Redhawks pick up the loose puck. Graham over the line right wing. Stops at the point and hit the brakes. He will fire this one behind the UConn net all the way to the near half wall where Russell picks it up and skates it back left point. Trying to feed Corbett. High slot. He missed the pass. Puck behind the UConn net. Picked off there by Jake Flynn. Up the far corner. We'll try to reverse this one back behind the Husky net, although turned over in front. Monty Graham got it for a second. Well, UConn stripped it away from him in front of the net. And now the Huskies back the other way up through center. Ishikov over the middle of the blue line. Stick handles it back behind the UConn net into the near corner. It's Eric Linnell who picks it up for the Huskies, skating it up to near half wall offensive zone, but gave it up. And Mahalik now will play this one up the far boards, but not out. Kept in by UConn. Carter Johnson far half wall, trying to get it out of the zone, and he will. Back to center. UConn, though, quickly back over. Linnell got a feed right wing of the Red Hawk line. Stepped into the zone and fired a wrist shot on Larkin, who makes the glove save with 14:35 to go here in the second. Huskies lead the shots 22-17. And so far, the story in this game, 5 goals scored combined between both teams, 3 of them coming on the power play. No penalties yet in the second period. UConn a shot from the right point, straight up in the air off the stick of Larkin. Savage bats it to the far corner. Crowder came in for support, but can't get it out of the zone up the right side. And now Savage with the puck at center ice. Stripped from him at the red line, and UConn takes over in their own end. Very high slot. It was Karashik. Gets it to the far wing. UConn trying to skate it out. Here's Kuznetsov. Reaches the circle. Feeds it right wing for the Huskies. Regali plays it behind the net to the far side. Taken over here by Freeman up the far wing for UConn. Backhand feed to the corner, and then behind that, Robbins, little wraparound pass there, trying to center it, missed everybody. Nice picks it up far wing for the Redhawks. Feeds across ice, Sinar chases the puck over the UConn line left wing. Karashik takes over near circle and circles back to clear it to center. Huskies now lose the puck at center ice, trying to skate into the offensive zone. Miami regroups and up the right wing. Bachman in over the line right side. Gets the puck behind the UConn net. Lost it to the far corner. Green picks up there. Circles back, feeds Geshan on the left wing, and he fires a shot off the post. Rebound played in by Clement on a slap shot from the right point, but that got blocked and trickled and died out wide of the net. And now UConn will rush the other way. 2-on-1 here. Up the near wing, a shot, and it was saved there by Larkin as the shot came in from Pyasov, and now the puck all the way back down the ice. No icing here from the UConn end. Huskies trying to work it out up the right point. And back to center was gloved down there by Connelly. Over the line right wing for UConn. Hits the high slot, drop pass here. A little shot on the forehand. Rebound in front of Larkin. He's got the pads there to keep it out as Wheeler came into the backhand, and then a shot from the high slot fired wide by Gatcomb. Huskies here with a puck left point, hitting the brakes. Pyasov walks it down to the circle. Backhand feed, high slot, and down the right wing comes Connelly. Fed it up to the right point as it was Newpower there who tried to center it cross ice. Went off his stick and deflects out of play with 12:38 to go here in the second period. Offensive flurries of action going on in both ends. UConn leads the shots 25-17, but the RedHawks lead the score 3-2 with 12:38 to go in the second period. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Face-off coming here to the left of Ryan Larkin with 12:38 to go in the second. Redhawks win it in the offensive zone and get it up the left wing here back in neutral ice, but a strip from Monty Graham. UConn in transition, can't get it past the center circle, where Corbett was there to pick off the pass to get it deep to the UConn end. Miami with a strong forecheck here, and UConn able to counter it. Is up the left wing is Ishikov, reaches center ice and over the middle of the blue line. Circles back to the near half wall, centering feed down the left wing, coming in but not able to get a shot off was Firsthoff. Firsthoff feeds it back from the left point. Flynn walks it down. Ishikov there will pick up the puck up the far side here for UConn. Feeds it back for Flynn, middle of the blue line. A shot up high, gloved down by Russell in front of the Redhawks net, but he gave it right off to Firsthoff. Firsthoff here takes a tour of the zone, feeds it to the left point. In is Karachik, skates it down the far half wall for UConn, trying to make a move in toward the net. Corbett with a good job there to knock the puck off Karashov's stick. And Larkin able to make the cover as it trickled in on him with 11:47 to go here in the second. Face-off coming to Larkin's left as we are nearing the halfway point of this hockey game. Patrick Geshan with you here from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. Now they'll move the face-off to the right of Larkin for some reason. It's happened a couple times today where they've decided a place where the face-off should be, and then they move it to the other wing, the other side of the ice. UConn here gives the puck in the offensive zone in front, a backhand shot. Larkin made the save right in front of him. Jordan Timmons got the puck, trying to make a move on the left wing as a right-handed player. A backhand shot right into the pads of Larkin on the ice. And now the face-off is going to be to his right again. Pretty evenly matched game. Redhawks came out a little sluggish. I think this 4 o'clock start time really messed with them. They haven't had a start time this early this year yet. UConn next weekend will play the University of Vermont. They have a 7 o'clock start Friday, 3:30 start Saturday. And of course, both of these games will be at 4 o'clock, the game tomorrow as well, the same start time. Ducks with the puck in the offensive zone. Casey Gilling, far corner, 1-against-3 battle. He has no support, but is able to win it in the far corner of the offensive zone. Gilling now far circle, trying to make a move in. Sladek got a loose shot, and then Green had another try there on Ishika, or Vamashka rather, who didn't know where the puck was. Green thought he was trying to go through the 5-hole, everybody waiting around the net, but it is inside. Vamashka was able to make the save. Face-off coming to his left with 11-12 to go in the second. Redhawks with 3 good shots there in front of the net. Vamashka was looking in front of him, did not know where the puck was, as you look at the replay now, but it was under his left pad and all of that. Redhawks with an offensive zone draw here on the right wing. Carter Johnson will lose it for the Redhawks. UConn skating up the far side out of their zone. Feed at center. This is Connelly over the line left side. Shot in on Larkin. It was going wide, but he gloved it down anyway. 11:02 to go here in the second. Shots now are going to be in favor of UConn, 25-18. And the face-off here is going to come to Larkin's right. Jack Clement far corner chases the puck after the Redhawks won it back, and then able to feed up Ryan Savage on the right wing. They get it back to center, rush the other way. Bachman over the line right side, trying to get a lane to the net, but couldn't. Good defensive work there by Ryan Wheeler. Bachman now in the far corner, reverses direction after hitting the brakes, trying to take it back behind the UConn net, but instead taken over by Pyasov, and he feeds Gatcomb here up the right wing for UConn, who dumps it into the zone to the near corner. Jack Clement plays it for the Redhawks. Behind the net, Derek Dashke. Lays it to the far side here for Phil Nyes, who's up the right wing for Miami. Nyes in over the blue line, skates it back to the left wing now, cross ice, doing it all himself. Making a move along the near half wall, but instead the puck poked back to center beyond as Frederick will take it behind the Redhawks net. Phil Nyes did all the work there. He could have passed it off to anybody in the zone, but selfish play there, creating a turnover. Here's Kuznetsov, gets it back to center for UConn. Corbett now on the left wing, Redhawks at neutral ice. Plays it around the boards to the far side, and there's UConn to take it over, take it out of their own end. Kuznetsov blew a tire. Hawkinson picks up the puck, far side of the neutral zone, got in the zone for a second. It was played back out. Frederick at center, pass cross ice that was tipped into the hands of the Huskies. Flynn shovels a backhand pass behind his own net. Kuznetsov one stick handle, and then we'll play it out of the zone. Down the left wing it goes. The icing waved off as Russell beats it the puck to the Redhawks goal line. Up the near side, Scott Corbett feeds it to the left wing here for Monty Graham, who dumps it in, and we'll get a change here for the Redhawks. Behind the net, the puck stopped by Vamashka at the UConn end. As Kuznetsov here will have it behind the Husky net, and we'll wait for a second and feed it to the far side. Pass to the left wing, neutral ice, played in by Carter Berger. It's tipped behind the net. Sinard crashes into the end boards with Eric Linnell. Linnell trying to backhand a pass, centering in front, but instead went off the back of the net to the far corner and picked up here by Crowder. Gets the puck all the way to center ice. This is going to be an icing call here against UConn. Carter Berger with a tip at center ice for the Huskies, but the ref missed it. As I could see that all the way up here, but instead an icing call, and the Redhawks stretch pass that supposedly didn't connect with anybody. 9 minutes to go in the second. The Redhawks lead up by a score of 3-2. Face-off coming all the way down the ice to the right of Ryan Larkin. Patrick Geshan with you here at the XL Center in Hartford as we get a false start on the draw. And UConn center is going to get kicked out. That would be number 24, Benjamin Freeman. And so to take his place is going to be number 14, Zach Robbins. Clean win for Robbins, although we get another whistle on the face-off. Casey Gilling didn't even move that time, and they blew it dead for some reason. I don't think he was ready. And the linesman now who dropped the puck is talking to Gilling. So Robbins will square off against Gilling in the circle to the right of Larkin in the Redhawks zone. Linesman still talking to Gilling. Blows the whistle now, and we're ready to go. Gilling now a clean win to the near corner of the Redhawks zone. They get it up the near boards, and Sladek tips it out to center. Gordy Green at center ice. Got the puck stripped away from him, though. He could have had a breakaway as the play developed where he split the defenders, and the puck goes to the far side of the UConn defensive zone, rather. They chip it down to 2-on-1 the other way. Down the left wing, Robbins reaches the circle. Got a weak shot off. His stick broke on Larkin, who patted it behind the net. Green now will play it behind the net again. The Redhawks net is at Sinard, will skate up the left wing for the Redhawks. Feet of far side. Crowder, defenseman on the rush over the UConn line right side. Plays it back behind the Husky net. Puck taken there by Gordy Green, who will look for options. He was stripped down by two Huskies behind the cage. And up the right wing, here comes Karashik. Feeds it back to center. Crowder got it messed up in his skates. Over the line, Pyasov reaches top the far circle. Feeds it back. A wrist shot there. Larkin fought it off up high, able to hold it with a glove off the stick of Jakob Kondelik. We'll get a timeout here with 8:09 to go in the second period. Miami 3, UConn 2 from the XL Center in Hartford. Back in a moment. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. .09 left in the second period here from Hartford, Connecticut. Patrick Geshan with you here from the XL Center this afternoon. Face-off coming to the right of Brian Larkin in the RedHawks defensive zone. And a clean one for UConn in the offensive end of things, but they get it back to center. Can't keep it in on the left point. Puck in the center circle. RedHawks took it away for a second. Ishikov gets it back over the RedHawk line right wing. Derek Dashke stripped from him in the near half wall, and UConn will regroup back at center. Over the line left side now is Ryan Wheeler. Reaches the circle, wrist shot in. Larkin, a big rebound, and over the net the shot came in from Turnbull. Far corner, UConn has the puck, offensive zone. Ishikov hits the brakes, goes back behind the RedHawk net, skates it up the near side, hit the brakes again but blew a tire. Puck loose along the near hash marks. Bachman can't get it out from the right point. This was played in there from New Power all the way to the far half wall, where Savage will get this one up the right wing. Through center ice and behind the net, as UConn now will take it there and circle up the right side of neutral ice. Pass in over the line. Here is first off in the circle. A good shot there on Larkin. Made the save with the right pad. Loose puck, very high slot. UConn couldn't control. Bachman up the other way in a rush for the RedHawks. Down the left wing. Fires his shot. Save there by Vamashka, who almost turned over on his side after getting the wrister in from Karch Bachman. 7:07 to go in the second. Shots 29-21 in favor of the Huskies. Rocks holding the 3-2 lead here from the XL Center tonight, as afternoon shifts tonight. Carter Johnson will take the draw for the RedHawks. He'll square off against Kondolik in the left circle of the RedHawks offensive zone. Johnson able to kick the puck back on a face-off win, but UConn takes over high in the zone. Piasov feeds it to the left wing. Gatcom over the line left side for UConn. Reaches the circle, has it angle in on Larkin. Got tripped up, no call. Wasn't able to get a shot off. Back at the right point, the Huskies keep it in the zone for just a second. Johnson fights to get it out on the left wing, but UConn with a puck back at center. Over the line left side now. Here is Gatcom. Hit the brakes, far circle, gives it off. Backhand shot from the slot, wide from Kondolik. As they get it back in front from behind the net, Larkin able to make the cover along the right post. As the RedHawks feel that UConn is trying to get in on Larkin a little bit too much, we have some pushing and shoving, a gathering of players behind the Miami net after the whistle. As this line of UConn's Kondolik, Gatcom, and Piasov have really gotten in on Larkin a lot today, and the RedHawks don't like it. They're trying to push and shove, and the gathering of players still happening. They're still pushing and shoving. Rourke Russell trying to separate a UConn player off of Alec Mahalik. That was an assistant captain. It appears to be Piasov. And I don't believe any penalties are going to come from this gathering behind the net. So the face-off here will go as planned to the right of Larkin. Just one thing UConn's done to get in the RedHawks' face today is just come in on Larkin and stay a while after he covers the puck. So the face-off to Larkin's right will feature Monty Graham, who squares off here against Justin Howell. RedHawks with a clean win defensive zone and work it up the left wing and neutral ice. Corbett chips it in over the UConn line, chases it to the near corner. Crowder down low as a defenseman there to play the puck. Gave it back for Corbett. Up to the left point start. Slides across ice. Monty Graham winds up for a slap shot right point. Went off a stick on its way in. And out of play with 6:20 to go here in the second period. Face off now coming to the left of Vamashka. Tomas Vamashka, their starting goaltender today, the Predator draft pick, 6'3", 190 sophomore. He is one of 5 UConn players to have NHL draft picks. That's more than Miami. Huskies here working on neutral ice down the left wing. They chip it in the zone. Howell got it behind the Red Hawk net. Crowder lost it there. UConn takes over deep in the offensive zone. Timmons up the far half wall, got it to the left point. Wheeler faked a slap shot. Now right side is shot in. Big rebound. Larkin able to make the save. Came in from the right point from Newpower. Newpower now with the puck. UConn end plays it up the right side. Neutral ice. Huskies trying to regroup, but Corbett able to break up a play at the UConn line. And now a battle in front of the Miami bench. Hawkinson trying to work the puck up the wing, and he will. Tripped up over the UConn line, but gave it up to the Huskies, who are waiting in their own zone. Over the line, left side come UConn. Zach Robbins got it to the high slot, but unable to get a shot off there was Regali. Back behind the net, the Huskies control. In front, a shot there. Larkin never saw it. Got blocked down, coming from the far circle by Robbins. Puck squirts to the near corner. Crowder a backhand play. Up the near half wall. Sladek will bat it out of the zone. Green will go 1 against 2 up the other way. He's got Gilling for support. Green, very high slot offensive zone. In front, the pass for Gilling was not timed right and went behind him. Now Green trying to pass it to the high slot, picked off there in the near circle by Firsthoff. UConn will get the puck and bat it back to center. This is Regali. Over the line of right wing comes UConn. Firsthoff near circle, gets room in the slot, and he scores! Vladislav Firsthoff, the Minnesota Wild draft pick, has tied the game at 3 with 4:51 to go in the second period. The RedHawks had 3 defenders in the zone to UConn's 2 on the rush. Firsthoff took the puck over the right wing, got to the right circle, cut in at the dot to the slot, fired a shot past the glove side of Ryan Larkin, who was screened by 3 RedHawk defenders in front of the net. And the UConn Huskies battle back to tie this game at 3 late in the second period. Firsthoff's 3rd goal of the year, his 7th point of the year, the 2nd round draft pick of Minnesota, 42nd overall in 2019, the draft this year in Vancouver. So the RedHawks, who had 3 unanswered goals at one point in this game and a 2-goal lead, are now going to have to climb back to take the lead again in a tie game. A backhand shot from the far circle offensive zone. Karch Bachman was in the breadbasket, controlled there by Vamashka. And we get a stoppage with 4:28 to go in the second period. UConn has tied the game up. Firsthoff's tying goal here in the second has made it a 3-3 game from Hartford. Back in a moment from the XL Center. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Face-off is coming to the left of Vamashka here, the UConn netminder. The RedHawks losing the offensive zone, and UConn clears back to center and beyond, and Miami will take over in their own end as Grant Frederick circles back here for the RedHawks, and will skate it up through center ice and dump it in right wing. Puck comes back to the near half wall. Karch Bachman got a faceful there from Kondolik, who was coming in front of him for the puck. Back to the left point, Russell slides it right side. Frederick from the top of the right circle, fed it through the slot, but nobody caught it for the RedHawks. Russell back to the right point. Another shot from Frederick, wide on the ice. Here's Bachman along the near half wall. We'll play this one back to the far half wall, around behind the net. Frederick pinched in to keep it in the zone. He got hit there, but still able to make the play. Back to the left point, Russell with the puck. Skates at top left circle. Weak wrister patted away there from Vamashka. UConn off high glass, back to center and beyond, as chasing this one down is Frederick. Got to it before the goal line and no icing. UConn will make a 5-man change, trying to feed it right wing. Gordon Green. Good catch the pass, goes to the far corner of the offensive zone. UConn picks it up behind their own net. Carter Berger up the near side. Will get this one to Zach Robbins, who's up the right wing for UConn over the Red Hawk line. Robbins lost in the right circle, picked up by Carter Johnson, the fourth line out there for the Red Hawks. Feeds it ahead for Gordon Green, who gets it over the red line and into the UConn zone. UConn takes over far side. They get it up the left wing, back to center. Robbins feeding it ahead there for Freeman. Reaches the far circle, takes it to the far corner of the offensive zone, and behind the net picked up here by Regali. And Regali hit the brakes in the near corner. Crowder in a battle behind the net with Freeman going after a loose puck. Now Freeman wraps it up to the left point around the boards, and UConn will get it back to the right side. Karashik shot from the line, tipped in on Larkin. He made a pad save. Crowder near corner, plays it to the far half wall. Gordon Green on the puck. Gets it back to center, as coming in here was Linnell. Linnell in the zone for UConn. Feeds it far side, play there by Karashik. And now back to the left side, it was Ryan Wheeler, and behind the net here comes Carter Berger. Up the near boards for UConn, pass to the right wing, Linnell. Over the middle of the blue line, Howell trying to fire a shot from the very high slot for UConn. Went off his stick and out of play with 2:20 to go here in the second period. Huskies and Redhawks are tied at 3 from Hartford, and UConn now has taken a 35-22 lead in the shot department. So Ryan Larkin's made 32 saves in this game. But the Redhawks have not been able to get it past Vamashka on 22 shots, more than 3 times. Face off to the left of Larkin. Corbett and Ishikov square off. Ishikov scored the first goal for UConn today. Redhawks with a clean win defensive zone. Corbett at center ice, plays it off high glass into the UConn end. Behind the Husky net, they'll get it to the far corner, playing it off high glass to Ryan Wheeler. To the far boards, first off, had the puck here for UConn, and they get it back behind the net, reverse the play up the right wing. New power off the boards, gets it back to center, tipped in by Turnbull. UConn over the line, right wing, first stop, playing it in front of the net. Nobody could get a stick on it, back to the line, a slap shot, fanned on there by Wheeler, left side. Redhawks at 3-on-2 the other way. Corbett, middle of the ice, feeds it right wing. Monty Graham, high slot, Dashke scores! Derek Dashke turned it into a 4-on-3. He was the trailing man. The Redhawks fed it back to him, wide open in the high slot. Derek Dashke with a goal. Miami has the lead back 4-3. Late here in the second period. Is coming down the right wing. Monty Graham got a feed from the middle of the ice from Scott Corbett. Reached the top of the circle, gave it back for Dashke. A great look. Dashke, a snapshot there over the glove of Vamashka. And the Redhawks have taken back the lead with 1:42 to go in the second. Derek Dashke with the goal, Scott Corbett, Monty Graham, and the assists. As Derek Dashke will pick up goal number 4 for him on the year, which now leads all the Redhawks defensemen. Puck went into a bench off the center ice draw, and they'll take it back to center here with 1:35 to go in the second. UConn winning the draw back, and they'll play it behind the Red Hawk net. Larkin out of the cage to stop it. Russell up the far half wall, tipped back to center by Gordon Green. Up the right side, Sladek chips it over the UConn line, but taken over there by Harrison Reese. Reese stops it behind that. Dangerous feed in front. Gilling got the puck and shot off the left post. Reese fed it right in front of his own net. And Casey Gilling waiting for it in the near circle. Let one go, but it went off the left post. That's the third post the Redhawks have hit tonight. UConn with a puck back at center, rush the other way. Conleak over the line right side, hits the break stop of the circle, feeds the far side, but immediately stopped was Pyasov. Green trying to feed it back behind the Redhawks net, picked off by UConn. They got a shot from the far circle. Saved there by Larkin, goes to the near half wall. Sladek feeds Gilling, and then on the right wing, it's Mahalik. Reaches center, feeds it left wing. Green in over the line. Gave it back for Mahalik, a pretty play in the left circle. Had trouble with the puck. Mahalik stays on his feet as Kuznetsov will play this one behind the net. 35 seconds to go in the second period. Pyasov right wing feeds it back to center for UConn. They get it out of their own end. Bachman though will take over in the circle. Give back for Mahalik. It goes D to D for Crowder in his own end. Crowder pass up the right wing, tipped in by Bachman to the UConn zone. Come to the near corner. Nyes going in with Kuznetsov back behind the Red Hawk net. 15 seconds left. Here's Bachman. Hits the brakes below the goal line. We'll get it up to the right point, but never mind. It was picked off there by Freeman. 2-on-2 the other way. Freeman feeds it left wing over the line. Regali hits the brakes in the corner and circles back. Reinforcements come in. A shot there blocked down by Sidard, standing right in front of the net. He chases it to the far corner, and that will end the festivities here in period number 2. And the Miami RedHawks lead this hockey game by a score of 4-3 on a late goal in the second period by Derek Tashke. UConn outscoring the RedHawks by 2-1 in that second period, but the difference in this game right now, Derek Tashke's goal with 1:42 to go in the second period that has the RedHawks the 4-3 lead. UConn leading the shots after 40 minutes, 35-24 on Miami. As this game full of offense, 7 goals so far combined between both teams in this game through 2 periods. As we'll go through the goal scorers here, Russian Ichikov got the first UConn goal, and the Reds had 3 unanswered in the first period. Karch Bachman, Gordon Grin, Casey Gilling all having tallies. 2 of those on the power play. Bachman's and Gilling's goals were both scored on the man advantage. And then at even strength in the second period, UConn scoring 2. Benjamin Freeman just 19 seconds into the period, and then Vladislav Verstov 15:09 into the second period tied the game. Derek Tashke, though, with the difference goal at 18-18 into the second period. He made the score 4-3 on the even strength, assisted by Monty Graham and Scott Corbett. So that's where we stand after 40 minutes of play here from Connecticut. Miami RedHawks 4, the UConn Huskies 3 from the XL Center, what should be a pretty exciting third period of action. And we'll be here to bring it to you here in about 14.5 minutes or so. So we'll take a quick break and be back with a third period call. We'll be back on the air here in about 12 minutes or so. We'll recap the second period and preview the third here from the XL Center in Hartford. So wait about 12 minutes. We'll be back on the air here. Patrick Geshan with you here. And this is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here at the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. And Miami RedHawks leading the UConn Huskies by a score of 4-3 as we are about to begin period number 3 here from the XL Center. Other out-of-town scores going on here with other teams in action in the NCHC this weekend. Of course, this game going on right now between Miami and UConn. Minnesota and North Dakota are about to start game 2 of their series. That comes up at 7 o'clock Central Time, so 8 p.m. Eastern Time from Mariucci Arena. North Dakota beating the Gophers last night by a score of 9-3 in Minneapolis. Minnesota State and Minnesota Duluth will also square off tonight in Duluth. The Bulldogs and Minnesota State of Mankato, 7:07 p.m. Central Time is your start for that game from Ames Oil Arena. Of course, the RedHawks playing Minnesota Duluth a couple of weekends ago. They split that series with them, a 3-1 win on Friday and a 3-2 loss in an overtime loss to Minnesota Duluth that November 15th and 16th weekend at Goggin. RedHawks last weekend at Omaha, the 3-on-3 overtime win and a 3-3 tie on Friday. Saturday they responded with a 4-1 win at Baxter Arena. Of course, these games this weekend against UConn on the road, and then the RedHawks back home next week. They'll play a series against St. Cloud State Friday 7:05, Saturday 7:05 start times from the Goggin Ice Center as both teams ready to skate back on the ice here to begin period number 3. As a Thanksgiving weekend of college hockey well underway, a lot of 4 o'clock starts happened today. A lot of games going on in progress right now as well, especially on the East Coast. Just a lot of East Coast schools playing each other, and some games going on in Ireland too. Princeton and Colgate played today. Colgate won 3-1. New Hampshire lost to Northeastern by a score of 4-0. The Friendship 4 in Belfast, Ireland going on. Those games are already over. Were played in this morning in America. Center ice draw. The RedHawks will control it for just a second. Then UConn will get this one back into the offensive zone. It's down the left wing. Zach Robbins got the puck behind the net. Coming out of the near corner with it was Brian Regali. Back to the left point. Played in by Wheeler. Back behind the RedHawk net and working on Savage to get it to the far corner. And Benjamin Freeman takes it back behind the net here for UConn. Freeman works it up the far board. Stripped away from him very high in his zone by Bachman, who gets the puck back to center. New Power took over there for a minute. Now down the right wing is Zach Robbins, who will get hit after playing the puck behind the net. The Ducks will have it there. Derek Dashke wraps it to the far side. Went off the skate of Karch Bachman, taking a weird deflection cross ice. Back to the near corner of the UConn end, but the icing waved off. Behind that here, Carter Berger will wait for the Huskies. Pass it to the near side, off the near boards. It was played out of the zone by Karashik. Now they're over the line left side as Mark Gatcomb got in the circle and worked it free for Payasov. Gets it behind the net up the right wing. Right point, a shot came in, deflected in front of the net, off of the stick of Gatcomb. Now back behind the net, UConn will control. Payasov out of the near corner, shot in on Larkin, patted away. Behind the net, Gatcomb will pick up the rebound, play it loose in front, they score! And this game is tied again, 4-4 your score now. Not even 2 minutes into this third period. As they're going to give credit to the goal to number 17, Mark Gatcomb. That's his first of the night. UConn with a puck in the offensive zone. The RedHawks lazy defensively behind their net. There was a shot that came in for the near side. Gatcomb came in for the rebound and skated it behind the net. And when he got it in front, he cut a little backhand centering pass and went off his skate of a player in front of the net. That was Condoleezza, who was standing at near the right post for UConn and went off his skate, and then Gatcomb picked it up back in front of the net right near the blue paint and got a backhander past Larkin. There was 4 RedHawks defenders in there watching all of it happen, and UConn has tied the game up. That's the one thing Miami's not done well, has been strong in the defensive zone today. Been very lazy at some points, and on that play too, UConn players doing all the work with 4 Miami players just watching in front of their own net. So the puck back to center. Kuznetsov feeds it in the circle for Ishikov. Now up the right wing. It's tucked into the zone by Rees. Around to the near boards where Gordy Green will feed it back below the goal line for Mahalik into the far side. Work Russell returns for Alec Mahalik. Monty Graham Will feed it left wing. Russell now in the middle of the ice. Corey Green chips it in left side here for the RedHawks, and they're into the UConn zone. Miami has not really had much offensive pressure in this third period so far. It's been all UConn, as we're about 2 minutes 15 seconds into this third period. Work Russell far corner, the RedHawks defensive zone, loses control of the puck. Dashke trying to take control, but UConn faster and stronger right now, winning the battles to get the puck in the right circle. Here's Timmins with a shot, and went off his stick, and Dashke out of play. But a play there on the far side of the RedHawks defensive zone, you just have to execute a very easy breakout, but instead the RedHawks are just being lazy, they're being slow. UConn wants the puck more, and that time created an offensive chance at a nothing, as the RedHawks need to get something in their game right now. 17:28 to go in the third. And tied up with the UConn Huskies after having a 2-goal lead and 1 point in this game. Clean face-off win, UConn offensive zone. Shot came in from the point, blocked down from Karachik. And the Rocks back at center will regroup. Dashke a backhand play up the left wing. Couldn't reach Phil Nyes on a pass. And now it is UConn taking it back to their own end. Karachik skates it out left wing. Back to center, Regali lost control of the Miami line. Savage with a feed to the far side. Nyes chokes down on his stick to catch the pass and dump it in left wing behind the UConn net. Huskies here, though, with a very efficient breakout in this game. This time it falters them, though, as they get the puck back to center, and the RedHawks will take over here and regroup in their own end. Clement D pass. Dashke trying to tip it in at center was Karch Bachman, but he missed it, and it's going to be an icing here on the RedHawks. Dashke intended for Bachman, but it was incomplete, and an icing call here. Face-off comes all the way back down the ice to the left of Ryan Larkin. Huskies are out shooting the RedHawks too by a score of 35-24 right now. I don't know if this 4 o'clock start time is messing a bit with the RedHawks or what. So far in this hockey game, they've had moments of great play, but times like now they're very slow and sluggish, and UConn wants it more. Rocks in the defensive zone, draw to the left of Larkin. Savage has a near half wall for Miami. Rocks moving left to right across your radio in this third period. Savage has it pinched in his skates. Pyasov wins the battle and gets it loose for his own man. Is skating it up the near half wall. Gatcom hits the brakes at the point. Will skate it back down to the near corner. Gatcom will be stripped behind the net from Dashke, who now cycles it back down low for Clement, who's up the far side for the RedHawks. Bank pass to center. Bachman plays it in. No icing. It'll go behind the UConn net. Out of his net to play it is Vamashka. And still waiting behind the cage. The Huskies will regroup off a full 5-man change as it's held behind the net by Jake Flynn. 3 RedHawk forwards in this zone. Flynn comes out of the net but loses it to the near half wall. Backhand feed to center. It's going to be picked up by the RedHawks. Here's Sinard. Plays it off the board's left wing into the UConn zone. Flynn trying to go back behind the net with it, and it's picked up by Miami. Sinard played it in, went off his stick, and now a rush the other way. UConn picks up in their own end. Over the line left side first off. He has a goal today, but nice stick there by Frederick to stick it away off his forehand. Loose puck at center. UConn trying to poke it forward. They get it. Yashikov over the line right side. Reaches the circle. Drops it back. Huskies with a shot over the net. It came in there from first off, I believe. Now it's Green. Fiends killing at center over the line right wing for the RedHawks. It's the break at the right point. Feeds across ice. Frederick walks to the circle. A shot deflects high out of play. As Grant Frederick trying to go with a snapper there. Went off, I believe, a Miami stick. Little friendly fire that time and out to the near corner. 15-19 to go in this third period. We're tied at 4 here at the XL Center in Hartford. Patrick Geshan with you here. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio. Monty Graham will square off to the right of Vamashka, who was going to go against Justin Howell, but Howell kicked out of the draw, and so now they are going to bring in, it looks like Jordan Timmins, this fourth line out there for UConn. Clean offensive win in their own zone. They get it up to left wing, neutral ice. Over the line left side, it's Howell. Reaches the near circle with a puck, a backhand feed to the far boards, where it's picked up by Corbett, who skates it out the left wing to neutral ice. Hawkinson chips it in left wing in the UConn zone. Corbett picks up a loose puck in the far corner. Although he won 1 against 2, and the Huskies strip it away and poke it back to center ice. Here's Russell, feeds it to the right side. Mahalik reaches center, wraps the puck behind the net where it's stopped there by Vamashka, and a pass to the near side was batted back out. Carter Johnson stopping a UConn rush at their own line, and then Howell takes over in the UConn zone and feeds it right wing, and the Huskies back over the other way. Timmins chipped in right wing to the near far corner, rather, the UConn offensive zone. Now Pletzky far corner of the RedHawks defensive zone as he fed it back for Johnson, who goes to the right wing now for Clement. Clement feeds to center ice. Pletzky getting a little rush here. 2-on-1 the other way. Pletzky wide open late to the net. A backhand shot on the right side there. Went over the net. And now it is Derek Dashke to play it back for Clement in his own end. Clement returns for Dashke up through center ice here for the RedHawks. Trying to feed it to Green right wing, but the pass tipped deep into the UConn zone. Dashke behind the net, racing after the puck, goes to the far half wall. Roman Kinnell picks it up here for UConn. Skates over the red line, now on the blue line, dish to the left wing. Timmons top the left circle, a shot blockered off high glass by Larkin. Get it back to the line at the left point. Wheeler plays it at the line. Newhauser, a shot that went into the high slot. Newhauser now picks up the puck, far circle, and a shot across the crease that goes nowhere and back to the left point. They play it back behind the RedHawks net. Pitch again, far half wall, Newpower will come into the right corner as Clement will pinch him against the boards. And there as well, Carter Johnson, but UConn a strong stick to win the battle. That was Connolly, got it back to the right point for a slap shot that goes to the near corner. Picked up there by Payasov. Goes to the line for Wheeler, back to the middle, Newpower, near circle Payasov, right ice feed, a beautiful one, and a shot there. Went off his stick from the far circle by Connolly. Payasov trying to keep the puck in left point for UConn, although it squirts back to center. Coming in here is Connolly over the line right side, trying to pitch it back, and he will to Gatcomb. There's a shot wide there, and coming in from the left point to play it is Berger. Berger behind the net, feeds it far side. Here's Connolly in the far corner for UConn. Will get it in the far circle here. Now come back as Bachman defending him. Feed through the middle of the slot. Nobody home there for UConn, who can't keep it in left point. Berger plays it back in, and it goes behind the net for Derek Dashke. Plays it up the far wing. Karch Bachman has room and neutralized to skate it. Reaches the red line to dump in. Goes around behind the net to the near boards. Behind the net, UConn here trying to chase after it. They're running around in their own zone. Bachman played it behind the net. Picked off there by Kinnell. And now back to the right point, it's Crowder. Fires a wrist to end, deflected in front of the net, back behind the net. Bachman racing in, couldn't grab the loose puck. UConn can't clear up the near boards. Crowder plays it into the near corner. Bachman pitched up against the boards in the corner by Berger. 2-on-2 battle. Bachman and Savage are in there for the RedHawks. As UConn tried to clear this one, but it was picked off by Green, and then his pass was picked off by Ishikumov. Up the left wing, here comes Turnbull. Reaches the near circle for UConn. Backhand shot, rebound. Larkin, a great save. And the puck worked free off his glove there, as I think he had control for a second, and then UConn came back in. That was a shot in the middle, and Larkin able to make the save. Here's Green over the line. Dishes back for Sladek. Far circle, RedHawks offensive zone. Sladek in the corner, trying to give it back for Gordy Green. It was also there, but UConn able to work it back to center. Frederick off the near boards, neutral ice. Over the line, Gilling waits top of the right circle. Feeds it back for Green. Returns to Gilling behind the UConn net now. Puck squirts free up to the far corner. RedHawks will win the race here. Green. Backhand play, trying to go to Russell. Kind of a weak play there. It was picked off, but Green gets it back in the corner. Hits the brakes up to the far half wall. Gilling feeds it to the near point. Frederick shot it in. It was tipped in front, but Green put it over the net. Now Gilling far half wall with some room. Skates it for the RedHawks. He's pitched up against the boards by Zach Robbins. Puck now in the far corner. Green feeds a far circle, trying to regain control. Sladek, he was too far in front of him and stripped away, and a 2-on-1 the other way. Over the line left side, here comes Rigali. Will fire a shot off the shin guard of Russell. A good block there to prevent the opportunity. But we're going to get a penalty here coming up against Miami, I believe. A hooking call is going to come against the RedHawks with 10:40 to go in the third period. John Sladek's going to go. And the UConn power play will get a chance when we come back to take their second lead in the game. A power play for UConn that's 1 for 3 today. 10:40 to go in the fourth period. We're tied at 4. Huskies power play, and we come back. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Back here at the XL Center, crowd getting into it a little bit here. UConn on the power play again. 10:38 to go in the third. Sladek goes 2 minutes for hooking. And the Huskies here will try to take their first lead since the first period. Pius off top of the near circle, shot in on Larkin. Patted away to the far corner where the RedHawks crash into the boards here, trying to take it away. RedHawks have 3 men in a battle in the far half wall. Now UConn has 3. As Kirch Bachman's on the ice against the boards, the puck is under him, and everybody's trying to work it out of his skate. UConn, though, gets it to the middle. The only one there was Dashke, who clears it for the RedHawks with 1:30 left here in the UConn power play. We near the halfway point here of the third period. UConn with a puck at center, on the right wing, in over the line. Chipping it in was Piasov, gets it behind the RedHawk net. But taking over there was UConn to get it up to the right wing boards. New power right point, slides it across. Kuznetsov feeds Piasov, top left circle shot, patted away Larkin. Monty Graham chases the puck to the far corner for the RedHawks, and it squirts up the far half wall. Hawkinson grabs it there, will clear off the boards. RedHawks with a power penalty kill change, with 55 to go here in the UConn power play. As it will be Berger to pick it up here behind the UConn net. They'll rush the other way. Feeds it to the left wing. First off, here's Ishikov over the line left side. Reaches the circle. We're going to get another penalty coming up against Miami. Ishikov was slashed going into the zone, and UConn's going to get a 5-on-3. RedHawks are going to touch it up behind their own net. It's going to be a high sticking call here. Casey Gilling's going to go for the RedHawks. And with 9:15 to go in the third period and 35 seconds, they're going to come a 5-on-3 time here for UConn. High sticking the call against Casey Gilling. It was standing stationary in front of the RedHawks bench, and right when Ishikov was coming in over the zone, over the line to get to the offensive zone, Gilling, instead of lifting up under his stick, instead just got his stick up in Ishikov's face. I think he was trying to get under Ishikov's stick and lift it up, but instead he missed that and just went into his face mask. And so now 5-on-3 here for UConn for 30 seconds, and the RedHawks immediately clear it off the draw. This is the second 5-on-3 of the day for UConn. They scored on the first one. That was their first goal less than 3 minutes into the first period. First off, over the line right side, reaches the circle, makes a move to the net. Larkin to save, didn't know where the rebound was. Ishikov trails with it to the far corner, and UConn gets it back to the line. Coming in now is Berger, gets it back up top. UConn with a puck far side, Freeman a shot, rebound came in. UConn couldn't get a stick on it. It was Turnbull in front, and the RedHawks able to clear from that. 5-on-3 over now, a power play for the Huskies for the next minute 22, as Sladek returns to the box to change off for Bachman. UConn in over the line, high slot, they lose control. It was kind of a botched rush there. RedHawks poke it back, and Berger will regroup here in the UConn end. Feeds it for Ishikov up through center ice, over the line right side, gets a break to the net, right circle, circle back, feeds it for first off, waits for the shot, they score! It is now a 5-4 Huskies lead. A goal for Vladislav first off, that's his second of the night on the power play, and UConn with 8:14 to go in the third period has the lead back. Their second power play goal of the evening. As coming down the far side with a puck was Ishikov. He fed it back for Firstov, who had it in the far circle, then walked it to the high slot, very patiently gliding. Finally found a way to shoot in on Larkin and got it past him. It was through the 5-hole. Rourke Russell was lying in front of the RedHawks net. It went under him too. Another instance where the RedHawks standing in their own zone. Power play goal for UConn, who leads at 5-4. Hawkinson over the line right side will chip it in behind the UConn net. As the Huskies here will have to protect this lead with 8 minutes to go in the third period. They get it up through center and over the line left wing. Here comes Zach Robbins, gets in the circle, they score again! Zach Robbins fed it across. Justin Howell down the right wing in a very quick rush. The UConn Huskies 6, the Miami RedHawks 4. This time 3 passes in the offensive zone on a rush. First it started on the left wing with Benjamin Freeman, fed it to the middle for Rigali, who backhanded it for a shot from the far side. That came in there from Justin Howell. 3-on-2 rush. Dashke was on defense for the RedHawks. And it appears that Chase Pletzky was as well. And UConn beating Larkin again up high. And Ryan Larkin has let in 6 goals in this game on 44 UConn shots. And now Miami's going to have to battle back from a 2-goal lead. Center ice draw back to the RedHawks end. Karch Bachman up the left wing for Miami. Reaches the circle and fires one into the breadbasket. A save by Vamachka. And with 7:31 to go in the third period, we will get a timeout. UConn, with a flurry of activity and goals, now has a 6-4 lead on Miami with 7:31 to go in the third period. Back to Hartford in a moment. It's Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here at the XL Center in Hartford. UConn 6, Miami 4. Want to give another shout out back to Oxford, Ohio. Stephen Pasquale listening into this game. Thank you, Stephen, for listening. Mr. Pasquale, my high school chemistry teacher, for tuning in, and for everybody for tuning in today. Crowder shot from the right point. RedHawks in the offensive zone here. Want to draw to the right of Vamachka. Loose puck, high slot. Green coming in. Couldn't get there soon enough. UConn pokes it back in a breakaway coming here for Regali. Picks it up left circle. In on Larkin, who made a save. Great one there from Ryan Larkin, who keeps it a 2-goal game. UConn chips the puck back to center. Picking it up here is Zach Robbins over the line right side. Good hit by Sinard. Stops his progress. Ishikov far corner for UConn. Will take control of the puck. Sinard comes in on him too. And Dashke gets the loose puck free to the near corner. But Gilling wasn't expecting a pass behind the RedHawks net and chases the puck to the near half wall. Turnbull trying to race in after it. Now Sinard behind the net. Will put it up to the far side, and Gordy Green will grab it here for the RedHawks. Gordy Green with the pass to the near boards in the Miami end. Casey Gilling right wing. Plays it to the left side. Here's Sladek over the line. Trying to feed it forward for Green, but it was picked off there. Green hits the man hard. That was racing to the far boards. Now Dashke down the left wing, gets it far corner for Green. Green centering pass across, gets to the right point. Clement walks it down to the right circle. Centering feed in front for Green, who tipped it wide. Coming in down the left wing. Green will play this one back behind the net. And up the left side, here's Dashke. Trying to poke it deep into the zone. RedHawks will get some change here as Corbett, fresh off the bench, will come down the right side and poke it deep. But UConn takes over off high glass. They can't clear. Clement bats it to the right circle. Bouncing puck. UConn has to play it behind their own net as Kuznetsov shoved off by Corbett. Gets it to the far side, and UConn having trouble getting it out. Kuznetsov behind his net again. Feeds it to the near corner. Reese, cross-ice feed. Finally to get it out. Has coming up the right wing is first off. Over the RedHawk line. Cuts toward the middle. Now a pass to the far side. It was Kondelik who lost it in the far circle, but able to get it back in the far corner of the UConn offensive zone. Dashke pitches him up against the boards. Kondelik on the puck. We'll skate this one up the far half wall. Still with control. Miami not being too aggressive right now with 5:28 to go in the third period. Back behind the net, backhand feed in front. It was taken over here by Hawkinson. Now feeds Corbett at the center for the RedHawks, going 1 against 4. He got hit hard, and there goes Corbett's forecheck. And we're going to get a penalty coming up on that, actually. Interference will be the call. Corbett chipped the puck down the right wing, got over the blue line, got hit. And that's enough for an interference call as Corbett unable to chase the puck. The guilty partner for UConn, number 6, Ryan Wheeler. 5:16 to go in the third. Miami on the power play. They're down by 2. 6-4 your score in Hartford. It is Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio. 5:16 to go in the third period. UConn 6, Miami 4 from the XL Center. Face-off coming in the RedHawks offensive zone to the left of the UConn goalie, Tomas Vomashka. UConn just getting a penalty on the last play, and the RedHawks on a power play here for 2 minutes. As the violation for UConn, interference on Ryan Wheeler. Casey Gilling will take the draw. It's a false start again, as he is going to square off here against Brian Regali. And Gilling will lose the draw. UConn clears it in the circle immediately. Miami needs the power play to work here. They are 2 for 4 in the game so far on the man advantage. It's been a strong point over these past few series. Need a power play goal to make it a 1-goal game. Green feeds it to the right wing over the line. Chasing into the corner, Kuznetsov, but can't clear up the right wing boards. Dashke here for the RedHawks, feeds it far side. Here's Brian Savage. Back to the right point for Gilling. Feeds it middle of the blue line for Dashke, far circle, Green. Fake the slap shot back for Dashke. Back to the far wing here for Green. Walks it down. Cross ice Gilling. Walks top of the right circle. Fake the shot in front. He fired it in. And it was inside Vomashka. The Redhawks trying to poke for a rebound, but there was never a rebound. And with 4:38 to go in the third, 1:22 to go in the power play, remains a 6-4 game. Face-off coming to the left of Tomas Vomashka. John Sladek will take the draw here for the RedHawks as second power play unit out there now. Work Russell, left point from Mahalik, middle of the blue line, feeds it to the near side here for Chase Pletzky. Pletzky to Mahalik, right wing, back to the left side for Russell. Far side for Sladek, who's standing at the half wall. Now back to the right point for Mahalik. He will stick handle and wait. Top the line, Russell. Far side, Sladek walks it in front. Pletzky trailing there for a tip, but never got it. Mahalik fires it wide from the right point. It's going to come all the way around the boards and out of the zone and back to center. Russell's going to have to grab it for the RedHawks. In his zone end, Work Russell skates it up through center ice. Dumps it in over the left wing. Blocked down though by UConn, but they can't clear. Russell barely keeps it in at the left point. Bachman plays it behind the net. Picked up there by Pyasov. Turn over to the left circle. Bachman a rip over the net. Deflected off something. Gilling back to the right point for Mahalik. Feeds across ice. Russell returns to Mahalik on the right hand. Back for Pletzky, right circle. Mahalik waits. He's got the puck at the line. Returns middle of the blue line. Russell feeds the far side. Sladek a shot. Blocked down there by Karashik, who is hurt. The puck back to center, though. UConn able to clear it. Karashik holding his right arm. Goes right to the bench. Down to 6 seconds to go on the power play. Here's Bachman over the middle of the blue line. Goes to the right corner with a puck. And UConn will clear here around the boards. That does it for the man advantage. RedHawks are now 2 for 5 on the day. And UConn with a huge kill here is now we're down to 3:06 to go in the third, and they have the 6-4 lead. Green and over the line to the right corner, plays it behind the net and around the far boards, picking it up left side Dashke, and now they're going to pull Ryan Larkin. 6 on 5 now for the RedHawks with an empty net. Larkin will go to the bench. Dashke left circle, plays it to the near side, picked up by Turnbull. Off the boards but not out. Clement keeps it in with the right hand, but a pass in the middle picked up by Ishikov. Rock somehow kept it in there, but now Turnbull plays it back to center off the boards. It's going to go down the ice. No icing though. Clement will pick it up behind his own empty net with 2:33 to go here in the third period. Jack Clement plays it down the left wing boards around behind the net to the right wing. Savage can't get to the puck, suited up, but Miami able to keep it in the zone. Phil Nyes along the near half wall, works free in a battle. Killing a pass to the right point, went through the legs of Clement. Now he's going to have to win a race. Able to stick the puck away though from Regali, who was going to have a wide open break to the empty net. That was a saver. Green and over the line right side for the RedHawks. Puck strip from him. Long shot down the ice. Goes wide right from Freeman. An icing call here as Pletzky back to grab the puck with 2:05 to go in the third period. 6-4 the UConn lead. The RedHawks net will stay empty. The faceoff is going to come to the left of Tomas Vomashka. And before all that, I believe UConn has called their timeout. And they have. Kind of surprising that UConn is calling their timeout. So the Huskies here will retreat to their bench, the RedHawks to their bench. They pulled Ryan Larkin with about 3:30 or so left in the third period, so he's been out for around 90 seconds. And the RedHawks have found a way to keep it in the zone for the most part. But a power play given to the RedHawks with 6 minutes to go in the third period did not yield to anything, as UConn has outscored the RedHawks 3-0 in this third period so far. They have scored 4 unanswered in this game. Or excuse me, they scored 3 unanswered in this third period. They outscored the RedHawks 2-1 in the second, but Miami was able to get one late in the second to tie the game at 4 after UConn had a 4-3 lead. So the 1-minute timeout is over. 2:05 remains in the third period. Face-off coming to the left of Vomajka. RedHawks need 2 to tie. Monty Graham will score off in the draw for Miami, win it back in the circle, but UConn quickly takes it back near half wall. Reese plays it up the far side. Break Router pitching in left point, gets it behind the net. Picked up there by Reese, who got it to the corner. Pletzky works it free, played it behind the net for Graham. They try to get it to the right point around the boards, and UConn takes over and clears it, as that was Gatcomb. And an icing here against UConn. The fans don't like it, as Crowder was racing down the right side for the RedHawks very lazily toward that end of the ice. But they give him the icing call anyway, and the faceoff coming back down to the RedHawks offensive zone with 1:44 to go in the third period, and it will be to the left of Vomajka. Referees and linesmen discussing something now, and now a linesman is coming over to the UConn bench to explain why it was an icing. Guess they didn't like it. Mike Cavanaugh, their head coach. Casey Gilling will take the draw here against Connelly. One back clean for the RedHawks. Dashke right point, slides at left point for Gilling. Back middle of the blue line, Dashke. They have 3 men at the blue line. Gilling a shot in from up high, rebound. Savage came in. It was clubbed away by Vomajka. He made a very nice save on that. The RedHawks very proactive in front of the UConn net. Shot came in for the right point. Savage picked up the rebound between the hash marks. Got a backhand shot trying to beat Vomajka on the glove side, but instead he just got the glove up in time and bounced the puck to his chest, where he landed on his stomach to make the cover. And Vomajka now is going to have to adjust something with his equipment, as they are waiting for him to put his glove and blocker back on. 93 seconds to go here in the third period. UConn 6, Miami 4. Gilling lines up for the draw here for the RedHawks. He will go up against Benjamin Freeman. Clean win again for Miami. Green, middle of the blue line, Dashke, backhand feed, top of the right circle, Gilling. Back for Dashke at the line. Walks it in very high slot, returns to Gilling on the right wing. Back for Dashke, who will now go far side for Green. That is empty for the RedHawks, 1:18 to go in the third. Far circle, Savage waits for something to do with it. Walks it up high. Dashke gets the feed at the line. Fired a shot in, blocked down by UConn. Chasing it to the near half wall was Freeman. Got it off for Kuznetsov, who gets it up the far boards, but not out. Corbett here in the far corner for the RedHawks. Backhand shovel pass for Green, left point with a minute to go, and they're down by 2. 6-4, UConn leads it. RedHawks with the puck, the offensive zone. The net is empty. Gilling, a shot from the right point over the net to the far corner. Green picks up the puck. Gets it to the left point for Dashke. They're going to have to move here. Gets it right point for Gilling. Back for Dashke, middle of the blue line. Far circle, Green. Walks it up high again. Goes to the middle of the ice. A shot deflects up and out of play. 36.9 seconds to go in the third. UConn 6, Miami 4. Now you have to imagine Miami will use their timeout. With the net empty here, and the face-off coming to the right of Vomajka in the offensive zone. Chris Bergeron still hasn't used it yet. And I guess they'll do the face-off. Monty Graham will square off here against Connelly. 6-on-5 for Miami. They have 36.9 seconds. And a whistle here after they drop the puck for something that was going on. These linesmen have been very picky today about face-offs. They took time off the clock, so they have to put it back on. Monty Graham will square off again against Connelly. In the far circle, RedHawks offensive zone. Clean win for Graham. Back for Crowder. Near side, Russell, a shot. Save there on the pad of Vomajka, who's able to cover. set play that time for Miami. They won it back to the left point. Crowder slid it across to the right side for Rourke Russell, who was really in the middle of the ice. Snapshot from the line. Vomashki able to make the cover with nobody in front of him. So now the face-off to his left. Monty Graham will try to win another clutch face-off against Kondolik, and he will, to the near wing, where Pletzky plays it back for Russell. Now far side. Crowder shot wide. Pletzky picks it up off the end boards near side of the ice. Bound to 23 seconds to go. Pletzky to the circle. Graham spin around shot. Rebound is loose in front of the net. Rocks try to work at the puck. It goes to the far corner. UConn picks it up. They will clear the zone easily there. Kondolik got control. Russell in the zone end with 10 seconds to go. Will stop it behind the Miami net. Plays it to the near side. Pletzky walks it deep into the RedHawks end. 3 seconds, 2 seconds past the center. Bachman chips it in, and that's going to do it. UConn wins the first game of this 2-game set on Thanksgiving weekend by a score of 6-4 over the Miami RedHawks. The game the RedHawks led at one point by scores of 3-1 and 4-3. But UConn with 3 unanswered goals in the third period proved to be the difference in this one, as they will claim the victory today. The final score 6-4 in game 1 of this 2-game set from the XL Center in Hartford this afternoon/evening in Connecticut. A game the Redhawks had some decent spurts in, but if you're Chris Bergeron, after coming off wins against a ranked team last week on the road at Omaha, you would expect a little bit more out of your team. And I don't really know where to point the finger at in terms of the Redhawks game tonight from the XL Center, but I think goaltending has something to do with it. And I think the defensive zone has to be cleaned up a lot for the Redhawks as well. We fall tonight by a score of 6-4 from Hartford as your scoring summary for this game. 10 goals to talk about in this game, so we'll talk about the last 3. So again, after 2 periods, the Redhawks led this game by a score of 4-3 because Miami and UConn were tied at 3 in the middle of the second period. And then Derek Dashke scored a goal 18-18 into the second period on even strength, assisted by Monty Graham and Scott Corbett. That's what gave Miami the 1-goal lead after 40 minutes. But then UConn coming back with 3 unanswered goals in this third period. 1:21 into the period, it was Mark Gatcomb, assisted by Kondolik and Pyasov, to tie it at 4 very early on in the final frame. And then UConn had 2 goals within less than a minute of each other. 11:46 into the third, a power play tally. First off, scored it for UConn, assisted by Ishikov and Carter Berger. That made it 5-4, and then the 6-4 goal came a little less than 50 seconds later at 12:13 in the third period. A 6-4 score from the goal from Justin Howell at even strength, assisted by Regali and Robbins. As UConn came in after that 5-4 goal with a lot of momentum, they had a rush in the zone. The Redhawks fell asleep defensively, and UConn capitalizing again. Really, at the end of the day, they didn't need that goal because the 5-4 power play tally from Vladislav first off was the difference, his 4th of the year at 11:46 of the third period. Final shots in this game, 48-30. UConn won that tally, and on the scoreboard now they've changed it 49-29. UConn leading the final shots over Miami. They win the score by a score of 6-4 as well. Tonight's 3 stars of the game. The third star, number 34, Ruslan Ishikov from UConn. The second star, number 19, Brian Regali from UConn. The first star tonight, number 10, Vladislav Firstov for the UConn Huskies, as Firstov had 2 goals in the game tonight, including the game-winning power play winner, 11:46 into the third period. Miami power play tonight, they went 2 for 4. That was okay. UConn, though, had a power play goal. They had 2 for 5 on the power play here tonight from the XL Center in Hartford, Connecticut. So we'll be back on the air with you for Game 2 of this series. Again, that's tomorrow, same time, same place, 4:05 p.m. from the XL Center here in Hartford, as the Redhawks will try to salvage something out of this league series, this non-conference league series here from Connecticut. This loss is not going to fare well for the Redhawks in the pairwise rankings when it comes down to it, because UConn's strength of schedule not as good with them being in the Hockey East. And Miami losing on the road, of course, will not help you in the pairwise, especially to a team like UConn. And no disrespect to the Hockey East, but just not as strong of a conference as the NCHC is. So this is going to impact the Redhawks. This loss will for a little bit of time to come, as they need to come back tomorrow with a little bit more room, a little bit more fight and power, and more points in the game. The RedHawks falling to the UConn Huskies tonight by a score of 6-4. So again, we'll be back on the air with you for Game 2 of this series tomorrow, 4:05 Eastern. Your puck drop will be on the air around 4 p.m. Eastern time. I will back here from the XL Center in Hartford as we wrap up this weekend here in Connecticut with Game 2 of the series tomorrow. So until then, we thank you so much for tuning in. For everybody back in Oxford, Patrick Geshan with you here in Hartford. Your final score tonight, UConn 6, Miami 4. We'll see you back here tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the Red Hawk Radio YouTube channel for Game 2 of this series. Until then, have a great rest of your afternoon and evening, and we'll see you tomorrow, your final 6-4 UConn the winners. Tonight, it's been a presentation of Miami Hockey on Red Hawk Radio.